Today we're going to talk about how to set goals for piano. As you think about the next 4 months, you're going to set 3 goals in 3 different areas. The first one is technical skills and abilities. It's kind of like the drills if you're learning soccer and you're doing drills to dribble around cones or kick the ball in the air, juggle the ball as many times as you can, or if you're playing basketball, dribbling the ball. Those sorts of skills are the skills that you're going to be learning how to do at the piano. You're going to be doing drills. So that's the technical skills, scales, arpeggios, key groups, hand and exercises. And these are always going to be with the metronome and memorized. So you're not looking at music, you're just memorizing patterns, and the patterns will help you to learn music in the future or in your current songs. But these patterns are super important in piano playing. So you want to be able to practice those skills. It should be something that you can do automatic. You don't have to think about after a while. So you may ask, why the metronome? Because the metronome can be challenging, especially at first. The metronome helps you to keep a steady beat, and music always has a steady beat. It does take some discipline and probably about 6 months if you're really trying every day to play with the metronome. And so give yourself a little bit of grace as you practice, but I would always turn on the metronome while you do your warm-ups and keep trying. It will come. Learning to play with the metronome is developing a lot of skills aside from music. One of those is self-regulation, because you have to wait until the right moment. Also anticipation. Athleticism is where you're anticipating where that beat is going to fall and then playing it. It's ear-hand coordination. So that is the first goal. You can refer to your technique series to decide your technique goal. So that's the first one. And you may say, well, I'll do technique every day, and my goal is to do the metronome every time I do it. Or I'm going to do my key groups or get through, 60-second challenge or something like that. So that's the first goal. The second goal is sight reading. You're going to make a goal of how far you want to get in a method book, how far you think you can get to. If you're doing an average of maybe 1 song a week is pretty average. Maybe if you want to take a little more time, or you're not going to get to it as often, you can put 1 song every 2 weeks. Or if you're ambitious, you can do more than 1 song a week, 2 songs a week. And see how far you can get in these method books. The method books are super important. I would not cut them out. They're important because it's like your ladder that you're climbing. The method books are designed to get harder and harder and teach you skills in baby steps. And that's going to get you in the long run. It's going to keep you climbing, and you're going to get better and better without even really feeling it. Or you'll feel that the songs are not really interesting or they're hard, but you may be tempted to cut them out. But I'm here to tell you, it's not worth it, because if you continue on that path, you'll get better and better with only a little bit of effort every week. And you'll be passing off more songs. And that's what we want with our sight reading, is to be taking a collection of songs and to be going through them quickly. If you can get 40 songs in a year, usually a piano player is pretty happy about their progress. They're feeling like, yeah, I'm doing good. I feel like I'm making progress in piano. I'm happy with the different variety of songs that I'm playing. And it's a great goal to shoot for, regularly going through your sight reading method book. So make a goal starting right now. Where are you at, and how far do you want to be at the end of 4 months? That's your second goal. And I usually do just the main book, lesson book. Although there are correlating theory and technique and artistry and sometimes performance, just make a goal for your main book. The other ones can kind of keep along. The last goal is the funnest goal, and it's your challenge pieces. The challenge pieces are a song that inspires you or a difficult song that's going to challenge you in some way. I highly recommend the Royal Conservatory collections. There are so many different varieties of music. There's jazz, there's contemporary, there's classical, there's Baroque. It's just really varied. They do a really great job trying to get all the different types of music, and their levels are super accurate and reliable. You can choose your level and then get a song that fits exactly that. So those challenge songs, I recommend Royal Conservatory. You can also look in anthologies or different collections from the music store. And I do highly recommend learning one classical piece as one of your challenge songs and then doing another one of a different style, because the classical piece is really going to help your understanding of piano. It was just written for the piano, for that instrument. And so it's going to fit in your hands better rather than a pop song, which sometimes is a little harder to play and might get frustrating if it doesn't fit in your hands well, or the octaves kind of jump. So I recommend doing at least one classical song from a Royal Conservatory book, although you can branch out and get really exciting with your challenge songs. So those are our 3 goals. One technique goal, one sight reading goal, and one challenge song goal. Then once you make your goals, there is one more goal actually that goes with it, and that is, what is it going to take to achieve those goals? One of them you'll really want to think about is your time at the piano. Getting better at something just requires time a lot of times. We went this past winter, we were learning how to ice skate better. We wanted to learn how to ice skate better, and my main goal to take my kids was to just spend time on the ice. Just put on the ice skates and go on the ice. And they improved so much just by spending time on the ice. So I want you to think about your next 4 months and decide when you're going to get to the piano every day. Make it a routine, put it in your schedule, and then try really hard to do it, to sit down, just spend time at the piano. You can decide how much time a day. I would decide right now how much time, and then can be your goal for that for the next 4 months. Or you can decide, however long it takes to get through my 3 goals that I just made. I'll sit down at the piano 5 days a week, 6 days a week, 7 days a week if you're ambitious. 4 months is enough time to get 100 days. So here's a fun chart that you can check off the days that you've sat at the piano, and I would give yourself a reward at 100 days. It is an excellent achievement to get through 100 days of practice. So this is a chart that I printed off. I just Googled 100 days chart and printed it off. And I find it very motivating. My kids find it really motivating to be filling this chart out as you work towards your goals. So I would make a goal of how many days a week are you going to practice, and maybe the amount of time. To be realistic, I would plan in half an hour. You can see how it goes, see if you need a little bit less or see if you need a little bit more. But about a half an hour is a good amount of time, and 5 or 6 days a week is a good amount of days. But I want you to be in charge of making that goal and figure out when in your routine you can get that practice in. If you know you're going to be gone, you can there are alternate ways to still get piano practice in, by listening, a lot of listening to your songs. I have my kids do a music theory website when we're not by a piano, and music theory workbooks, and then just kind of moving your hands and imagining a piano. Those are some ways you can do it without, but good luck making your goals. I want to hear your goals, and I want to work towards achieving them in the next 4 months. So let's do this.